Alright, so boom, wagwan, bro, or Brevet. What it do, baby?
We fun guy.
What's tomorrow?
Fun guy, what's up, baby?
What it do, baby?
Yeah, you already know.
What it do, what it do, what it do. On this channel, my goal is to provide you with a daily dose of edutainment, meaning that you'll be entertained, you will be left laughing, but most importantly, you will learn something that you can apply to your own personal life and make it better. Talk about addiction, specifically weed, and obviously money makes the world go round. So I'll also try and improve your financial literacy as well. So we got another reaction style financial video for y'all, courtesy of Mr. Andrei Jikh. The video is called Passive Income, how to multiply your money with $0.
That's not how it works. That's not how any of this works.
Zilch, nada, zero, okay? Not only do we have addictions that we want to get over, but we also want to increase our net worth, increase our overall like comfort of life or lifestyle as well, right? So not only do you want to get over an addiction, specifically weed, which is what I talk about, but also you want to like improve your financial state in life. So I'm gonna get into it, no long talk, let's go.
Andrei here, and in today's video I want to share with you how to multiply your income in 2019. Not a lot of people know about this technique, but I think it's important that everyone at least becomes aware of and understands how to use this little secret. Now, quick disclaimer, this technique is not for everyone, and I will say it again, this method is not for everybody. However, if you watch this video all the way through, I promise that by the end of this video, you will be able to use this technique to your advantage. So having said that, smash the like button, leave a comment for the algorithm gods, and let's get started right away. So this technique is called arbitrage, specifically spatial arbitrage. So without further ado, let's dive right in. We're gonna travel to Russia, Soviet motherland, and we're gonna find out exactly how you can multiply your income. Let's go. Just to give you guys some context, I'm in the middle of a river here in Astrakhan in a pedal boat. It's like $5 for 30 minutes, which is perfectly fine. I'm just gonna tire myself out after half an hour because I'm out of shape. So having said that, let's get right into it. So arbitrage has several definitions, but it is the practice of taking something that's one price and then selling it back at a higher price. And this happens a lot in the stock market via a method called scalping, which we're not gonna explore today. But you can also use arbitrage to multiply your income as well. So on the side right here is my portfolio. At the moment, it's valued at about $185,000, and it is paying me roughly $550 a month. I'm using the Robinhood brokerage app. You guys can use anything you want. And just the other day I had someone comment, $550? That's nothing. You can't even buy an iPhone for that. And then that's true. I can't even afford a new iPhone with that. But thankfully, I don't measure my wealth in monthly iPhone purchases. Otherwise, I'd be really depressed. Come to think of it, I can't even afford the new Samsung Galaxy Fold. But then again, who actually even wants one? But here's the thing.
Honestly though, if you plan on investing or you are currently investing, but you still have debt that you have to take care of, I honestly would say take care of your debt first, especially if the interest rate on the debt is higher than the rate of return on your potential investment, right? There's no point in trying to chase two rabbits at the same time, right? He who chases two rabbits, I think is the parable. He who chases two rabbits catches neither. So take care of your debt, student loan, credit card, car, whatever it is, then dabble into the whole arena of investing.
Our living expenses are separated into three main categories. Those are called the big three. That is your living expenses, your transportation costs, and of course your food. So the transportation is of course your car, your housing is your mortgage or your rent, and the food is obvious. So how does arbitrage play into the concept of the big three?
Honestly, I think I read in an article like car maintenance can, depending on the type of car you buy, I think obviously the more expensive the car, the harder it is to maintain. People spend on average anywhere from $5,000 to $9,000 per year on their car, or something to that extent. That's just crazy. So like when you are buying a car, not only do you want to think about the actual cost, but also the maintenance, like long-term maintenance of that car as well.
Like I said, right now I'm in Astrakhan, and believe it or not, the average income per month here is $350 a month. That's crazy to me, right? $350 a month. In fact, the other day, my neighbor, who used to live right next door to me when I used to live here, she gets paid $500 a month. But get this, she's actually a doctor. She's a psychiatrist. I'm not talking about a psych major with a psychology degree. I'm talking about a real doctor. Let the hate commence. But did I mention she gets paid $500 a month? That's crazy, right? So that is enough to live here relatively comfortably, provided you're kind of on the lower end of housing or you own your house outright, which a lot of people that live here actually do, because historically they were all given houses here back in the Soviet Union times, but that's not really helping my cause. I just wanted to throw that historical fact out there. It's pretty accurate. So I'll show you some real world examples of the big three for me. Now, for example, housing, and mind you, I don't live here anymore, but the house that I have here would cost roughly $100 to $150 with pretty much utilities included. And again, I don't live here, so it's kind of in really, really rough condition, but if I was to live here, I could fix it up, and it's actually in a pretty good neighborhood, and it's got a view. But anyway, something like that house would run approximately $150, maybe $200 on the higher end for that house. Food will cost you about $200 to $300 for a single person, and I'm really going high here because I love food, especially here in Russia. I think food here is way better than back in the States, so I'm really giving a high budget for food.
If you want to save money on food and expenses, implement intermittent fasting into your life. Ever seen those memes where they say, oh, I eat sleep for dinner because I don't have money?
Pay attention to the actors in the foreground. Look at this man in the background who's out here making every take count. This is how you have to approach everything in your life. With gusto, with seriousness. He's not just faking back there. This man is a working actor who wants you to know that he is eating, kind of. Okay? He is drinking, kind of.
If you actually try and not eat until maybe 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, and for me personally, I don't eat anything until 6 p.m. every single day. That's just how I like an 18-6 fasting window, eating window. If you want to save money on food, it's healthy for you because normally as humans, we didn't always have food available 24/7. So it's actually healthy for you and more beneficial to your body to fast a bit, 12 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or whenever you can fast until. You might think you might end up binging, but if you actually eat the filling foods like chicken, broccoli, things that are actually filling, you won't actually overeat, right? A lot of people, when they overeat, it's because they eat the junk food first to break their fast, quote unquote, and then they eat other stuff. And we know with junk food and stuff like that, it tastes good, but it's not filling, right? So you can only eat so much chicken, but you can probably finish 2 or 3 bags of popcorn. Just saying.
And again, that's gonna run you from $200 to $300, and that's you're not gonna deny anything for yourself. You're gonna get fat. I'm gonna get fat here if I stay and I have that kind of budget. For $300 a month, assuming you don't go out too much and go to restaurants, maybe once a month, but the rest of the time here, if you know how to cook, oh my God, the food here, whew, so good. The tea, the cheese, the salamis, pilmenis, the pies, the chocolates, the ice cream, oh. Just the other day, I was walking down the main street here, and I bought an ice cream cone, and I don't know what it is, but Russian vanilla is so much better than back in the States. It's like a different cream, it's a different texture. I don't know what it is, but on that main stretch of road, that ice cream cost me 20 rubles. I had 3 of them. So I would be fat so fast here. For transportation, it is actually a flat fee. So believe it or not, you can call an Uber service, you tell them where you want to go, and then they assign a taxi for you. They come and pick you up, and then they drop you off, and it's always a flat fee. You can go from point A to point B for 100 rubles. You divide that by 65, that is the US dollar equivalent. So $1.53 will literally get you anywhere here. So you don't even really need a car. But if that's too expensive for you, you can actually go on.
I see why people move to Thailand or Bali or all these other places, right? It's I remember a friend of mine, she went to get a massage, I think in Thailand, and 1 hour massage was the equivalent here of $10. I'm like, nigga, you are living like a king if you go to Thailand. Obviously, the living conditions aren't as ideal, and you might not speak the language or whatever it is. It'd be inconvenient, socially wise. But financially, you'd be chilling. You'd be doing pretty well. Think about it. 1 hour massage for $10. I'm like, nigga, what? And here I'm paying $100 for 1 hour. Shit. So move to Bali, move to Indonesia, move to Thailand. I don't know, maybe, or for a little bit.
Little bus, it's like a little minivan, and it has routes, and they're super common, and they go everywhere. That costs anywhere from 20 to 23 rubles. So you take that number and you also divide it by 65, which is approximately 30 cents, 33 cents. So you can get anywhere for pretty much 33 cents. The only problem with that is you'd be sharing the minivan with a bunch of babushkas. So it's, it's less convenient, but either way, that's an option too if you think that's too expensive. So if you budget carefully, you can get away with a really modest salary of a couple $100s a month, $500, $600, $700. For $1,000 a month, you're gonna be living like royalty here. But maybe you're saying to yourself, all right, Andre, that's cool, but I am a man or a woman of taste. How's the social life here like? popping a lot more than I thought it would for a small town. Not bad, Astrakhan. Not bad. Get your motorcycle out of here. Don't need that. All right, so maybe at this point, you're saying to yourself, maybe it's still kind of a third world country. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. Let's take a look.
You know, the other option is to always share a place with your homie or your friend and say like, yo, listen, I want to stay here. Can I stay here with you? Let me sleep on the couch for a little bit. Save some money on housing. That's what I did for a while. For me personally, I did a mixture of living at a homeless shelter to save money on housing, and I walk everywhere, so I save money on transportation. And then food is like I do intermittent fasting, so I was really, you know, living on the bare minimum while my income was starting to go up, and I was able to save a lot pretty much. So either, you know, spend some time at a homeless shelter, move back home with mom and dad, and or sleep on the couch. That might be a bit more of a realistic option for y'all.
Do you guys remember John Wick, how they called him Baba Yaga? That's from this legend right here. That old woman with the chicken house, chicken feet. I'm not gonna say this is where it started, but I think this is where it started. All right, so spatial arbitrage is one of the best ways of multiplying your income. But if you're still confused, watch until the end because I'm about to tie everything together and wrap it all up. Here's the thing. I'm not saying that you should move to a different area to decrease your cost of living. But what I am saying is this. Your active income is not the same as passive income. Passive income is worth exponentially more than the paychecks that you get from your regular job. Every single Monday, I share with you guys finance tips, how to save, how to invest, how to think about money, and sometimes I even show you guys which dividend stocks I buy to grow my portfolio because my journey is not over. It is happening every single week, every Monday. But you know what? A lot of people will look at my portfolio and say to themselves, $500 a month, that's nothing. You can't live off that. And they will laugh and say, I can make 10 times that shorting Tesla, buy Bitcoin, trading options, Lamborghini knowledge. But hopefully in this video, I have demonstrated that
my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here.
this pathetic $500 a month can go such a long way and be worth exponentially more in different parts of the world. And this technique of spatial arbitrage can work in a lot of different places all around the world. And even though I'm not living as a retiree in Russia, the mere fact that I can is extremely empowering. Because you know what? If all else fails, I can still continue pursuing what I love. If the side hustles fail, if my businesses fail, if this YouTube thing fails, it doesn't matter because I still have a foundation where I can go somewhere and still have a very enjoyable life doing what I love without taking a job making someone else rich. And that is powerful. Also helps that I can wake up without an alarm and also be picky with whom I work with. So whatever job or career you have, whether it's chemical engineer or software engineer or lawyer or doctor or nurse or musician or magician or whatever it is, I want you to be able to do the same thing and create a passive income stream for yourself, because if you don't, you are going to work for the rest of your life. And what is the bigger sacrifice here? And this is not a rhetorical question. Is it having an amazing life in whatever, Russia, having a great social life, eating great food, having a place to live, not having to worry about maintaining a car, or driving a fancy S-Class Mercedes or Tesla to a job you absolutely despise, waiting until you're 70 to enjoy the rest of your life, wondering what shoulda, coulda been when you were younger?
I mean, I'm gonna end it right there. So sometimes you have to essentially swallow your pride, like I did. Move back home with mom and dad, I don't know, homeless shelter for a bit, because you know the purpose, you know the goal you're trying to do, whether save, invest, whatever it is your financial goal. You got to swallow your pride a little. From my homeless experience, I really understand the idea of sleeping in your car. It may not be as applicable or feasible for people who are in cold weather climates and stuff like that, but sometimes you have to grind like that to shine like this. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to T Grizzly. But yo, other financial videos related in the cards up here, the description, and pin comment. God bless, much love, peace, and joy. Namaste. And always remember, if it doesn't feed you, do not water it. And too much of any good thing is good for nothing. Alright, bro.
But yeah, I still got a flex in my off-white J's. Little baby like, whoa, she came my way and I felt it all go.